Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. Safer Home for Archives by November, hopefully 2024. So where are you going to move the archives, and why do you think it would be a safer home? It can't be safe if the alleged owners are not in charge. It cannot be safe when Barbadians don't care about their history. It cannot be safe when you see the people who are handling your archives and they don't look like you. How could someone treasure something that belongs to someone else more than that someone else? You don't even treasure your archives. You don't even care about the archives. You don't, okay? You don't, okay? Because if you did, not one leaf would have burned. Not one page would have burned. If you really cared about your history, everything would have remained intact. In fact, a fire may not even have been started had you cared. Had you cared, had you had your eyes on the prize, it would have been standing. It would have remained intact. You don't care. You don't care about your history. You don't care what you went through or what your ancestors went through for centuries. You don't care who have progressed at your expense. In fact, you go and live among them. You go and fill up their jails. You go and you take their titles. You don't care. You don't care. There's no safer home if you don't care about your history. It can't be safe when you do not care about your history. If you don't know your history, you are going to repeat it, and you have been repeating it. You have been repeating it day in, day out. Every time you birth a child without having financial wealth to take care of that child, you've brought that child into slavery. Every time you have a child and you bring that child into poverty, you're not working, you're barely working, minimum wage, you're working for Shafet. Anytime all y'all have a child in Barbados and you bring that child into poverty, you've brought that child in to be a slave. You've brought that child in to say, go and work for Shafet, go and work for this body, go and work for that body, go and do whatever kind of job you can get. Just find a job. That's what you're bringing into the world. You're bringing in slaves. You don't care about no safe home, no safe place for your children, father's archives. You don't ever care about a safe place for your children. You think you're going to be worrying about paper and a book? You think you'll be caring about that? You don't care. You don't care. There's no safe home for the archives when they're in the hands of the colonialists, when they're in the hands of the people who held you in slavery, when whatever is gone and whatever stays is not you to say. You have no say. You have no place at the table, okay? Do not worry about the photo ops. Do not worry about the picture perfect photos that they send out. Don't worry about that. The bottom line is you don't care about yourselves. You don't care about your history. You don't care about replicating yourself, duplicating yourselves, and knowing full well you have no money, knowing full well you pick someone from the DOS, the prison population, to fertilize your egg, and you know what that child is going to come out looking at and behaving as, So when you pick from the prison population to have a child, you're telling the world, I want my child to be a criminal. Correct? You are actually duplicating yourself with someone that is a recidivist, and then think that someone is going to think, oh, she expected that child to come out and do wonders. Yeah, wonders in making his recidivism even better or worse than his father. Yeah, it gets worse. It degrades Okay? So you're not fooling anyone. You're not fooling anyone. There's no safe home for the archives because Barbadians don't care about their history. This is Sherry Veronica.